This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today, our subject will be about Haitian migrants. In the past few days, there have been reports referencing Haitians at the border. They're saying there's over 13,000 Haitians at the border and rising every day. Now, 13,000 people didn't get there overnight, so I have to assume they've been here for a while. The President of the United States have allowed, I guess this is Border Patrol, to use whips and horses to manipulate crowds. Now, I'm a man of observation, and I've never seen this tactic used before in my lifetime, where you have a man on the horse with the cowboy hat and basically a whip, something sort of like a whip to manipulate, I guess, people that are trying to cross the border. As you can see, this guy has food, so he's trying to cross the border with food. I guess they're going back from Mexico back into the United States to deliver food to his family. And lo and behold, there is a Border Patrol agent here that's trying to keep him from doing so. And you can see so in the picture. But I just find it ironic that this type of activity was never used with the Mexicans. You can clearly see these are Haitians, but they weren't used with the Mexicans, and it looked like they were checking on them. They were even referencing, Mexican people being in cages and are they eating properly? They had representatives and congressmen go down and visit these locations. In fact, don't forget, they used this basically to try to oust President Trump at the time. They were telling President Trump were providing inhumane conditions for immigrants that were coming from the Mexican border. I want you to remember there were so many children, and that the children were walking all the way through Central America. And then there were even reports during that time that they had these little shelter homes set up for these immigrants that came from Mexico that were Mexican. The children had meals, they were playing soccer. It wasn't the best conditions, but they were kept. And then eventually they would move them to sanctuary cities, as we all can see. I mean, me living in a black area, we see Afghans, we see Hispanics from Central America. Now, I'm not here to down these people. But what I am saying is it's quite ironic how the people of color that get to these borders, how they're treated. Now, I'm not Haitian, so I'm not here to speak up for Haitians. But there are Haitians that are in the administration that won't say a word. There are prominent Haitians in the United States that you have not heard from. They have not said a word of the treatment of the way the Haitians are being treated at the border. So, I want to show you the difference. When the Mexicans come, everybody helps. When the Afghans come, everybody loves it. But when these Haitians, these people of color, who could be mistaken for African Americans, oh hell no. They have flights that are continuously going back to Haiti. There's no sanctuary for the darker people of the diaspora. Just want you to see that. Now, no immigration helps out African Americans because they all take the benefits that African Americans should have. Every day, you see African Americans walking in the street with no benefits, while you see an immigrant have free food, free services, free health care. It's crazy. Okay, so I want you to watch this little video snippet that I have here. And I got a couple of videos and then I'm out of here. But I just want to keep this short and sweet. But I need you to see, and I need my people to see. Although we're not caping for these Haitians, But I need you to see the difference in how our government works. Everyone else can come and everyone else can get a check. But these poor people are not able to, okay? Stand by for a video and a comment.
There are photographs and reports of border agents on horseback using what appear to be whips on Haitian migrants. Does the administration view that as an appropriate tactic? Can you speak to that? There are people who are upset about it.
Yeah, understandably so. I've seen some of the footage. I don't have the full context. I can't imagine what context would make that appropriate, but I don't have additional details. And certainly, I don't have additional context. April, I don't think anyone seeing that footage would think it was acceptable or appropriate.
Thanks so much, Jen. I want to follow up on the question about Haitians and it's specifically these photos that are surfacing on Border Patrol agents seemingly using whips. I know you said that there's no context that it would be seen as inappropriate, so the question really is, why would this be happening under the Biden administration? Is this going to stop? What would I wonder sort of what are going to be the consequences if what we're seeing is what we're seeing?
I mean, Yamiche, it's all good questions. We just saw this footage. It's horrible to watch. I just have to get more information on it. Again, April, I don't have more information on it. I've also seen the video. I can't imagine what the scenario is where that would be appropriate. I'm certainly not suggesting that, but we've just seen the footage earlier this morning.
On the photo, I know you said that you're still assessing it, but just to add, if this is what we see, is it the president's stance or the White House's stance that whoever these border agents are using what seems to be whips on migrants, that they would be fired or at least never be able to do that again?
Of course they should never be able to do it again. I don't know what the circumstances would be. It's obviously horrific, the footage. I don't have any more information on it, so let me venture to do that and we'll see if there's more to convey. Karen, go ahead. I think, April, I absolutely understand your question. I think I've been very clear about how horrific the footage is. I don't have more information. As a U.S. official, I have a responsibility to get more context and information.
Okay, so you've seen it. Ladies and gentlemen, they're using whips. Whips. I don't know, who idea that was. Hey, let's go use the whips. But as you can see, all other immigrants that's ever come to our borders, you've never seen them use whips. Anyways, I want to thank you for spending your time. It'll be a crime not to like that button and not to share. This is information that you can use. Please share and understand that we have a lot of Haitian coons in America. And how you know there are a lot of Haitian coons is that none of them are speaking up for this atrocity that's going on. See, what they expect is for the African American, for the Negro, the indigenous black man of America to speak up. And we're not going to speak up. We're speaking out for ourselves now, okay? Because what we do know is that when immigrants get here, they have a tendency to turn their nose up once they get a little bit of money or once they get a job. Or once they start getting, settled in, they'll turn their nose up at the African American and they will say, I'm not African American, I'm from Haiti. So I want you to think about that for a second. And I also want you to like and subscribe. Thank you and have a great day. This is Black Views, bringing you the Black News.